Hello. We've just had two prizes announced. The Women's Prize for Fiction and the Yoto Carnegie Prize. And for both of them I did prediction videos, and both of them I got wrong. I think looking at the way I find a winner and the way that other booktubers find winners, I think we tend to go for our favourite books. And our favourite books are usually never what the judges pick. The judges are looking for something wider, and we look for something that touches us. That's what makes a book our favourite, because it does something to us. It gets under our skin, into our hearts, into our minds. So the books that I predicted as the winners were the ones that touched me. But it's not to say that I didn't like the ones that won. Going to the Women's Prize for Fiction, the Ruth Ozeki, The Book of Form and Emptiness. It is an absolute super book. I gave it a 4.5. It's the story of Benny and his mother and how they cope with grief and the loss of husband, father. And it's the way that Benny has things talking to him. His house is becoming so cluttered because his mother has turned into an obsessive hoarder since her father's death, that he can hear voices of all the objects around him. So he goes to the library where books have to whisper and the noise isn't so much. And there he meets a whole collection of characters who become almost his support group. And it is a lovely story about the impermanence of life, about friendships, about dealing with love and grief and loss. And yes, I loved it. Just because I didn't pick it as a favourite, it doesn't mean I don't like it as a prize winner. I do. It's a very worthy prize winner. The same with the Yoto Carnegie. I didn't pick the winner. Again, it's a book that has got so much in it. It's October by Katya Balin. And it's the story of October, who lives wild with her father in a house he's built. She's off the grid. She doesn't go to school. Her and her father are totally self-sufficient. They look at the world through nature. They can read seasons, they can read plants, they can read animals. That is their life until father has an accident, and then October's mother takes her to London. And it's a story, and almost a coming of age story, because she has to learn how to make friends. She has to learn how to live in a city. She has to, all the things that she knew from living with her father, she's got to adapt and change. And at the same time, as the author says, it's a book of stories. We each have our own story. Stories are important, and we share our stories. And sometimes stories don't have the perfect ending, but it doesn't mean the story isn't valued. And that is the story of October. Two very worthy winners. And yes, I didn't pick them, but that doesn't mean to say they're not worthy winners. They are really good books. And yes, so I will see whether my favourites next year are the ones the judges like as well. So happy reading. Take care. Bye.